Hello everybody, this is Summerled1 playing Europa Universalis 4 as the Timurids. And I am going to try and form the Yuan, or shall we say, reform the Great Yuan. Mainly because this is an awesome government and you get some pretty sweet things once you actually form it. Not necessarily government, but country. And one of the things with this, though, is that it's incredibly hard to conquer. But, as I said earlier, the payoff is truly fantastic and amazing. So, well, let's get to work here. First thing that I'm going to do is get an admin advisor, because we're going to be using lots of admin. Here we go. And then over here I'm going to be mothballing all forts and getting the general. Sweet, man. That's a decent general for beginning. Not as awesome as the one that the Ottomans have, but hey, it's pretty sweet. So, what am I doing here? I am breaking my armies up into what are called tumens. For those of you who do not know the historical context, Genghis Khan broke up his horde into tumens. They were essentially 8,000 infantry to 2,000 cavalry. And at least in the early game for the Timurids, that seems to work quite nicely. Fortunately, because of how much we have, or what type of troops we have, they don't all fit into that nice little cookie cutter 10,000. So then I'm going to choose Prestige. And just kind of a note, what I generally do here is I generally get the improved Prestige because it gets me 100 admin power, and then I go for the not riches of India, but after I end up finishing that, generally speaking, Conquer Delhi ends up coming up, and I end up getting that because that gives me 400 admin points. But anyway, here's my improve admin. And then as far as a rival, at the start, I'm only going to rival Kara Kalunyu, or Kara Koyunlu, however you pronounce that. Just call it Kara. And then the other thing that I end up doing is I end up allying Hormuz. The reason why I do this is because they are extremely easy to vassalize. And they end up being a fairly loyal vassal. And so I like to have them as my vassal. The other thing that I do here is we do not really need a navy at the start. So I remove my entire navy. And why do I do that? That's because we need money. We are a horde, and while it might look like we have a bit in the treasury, the truth is that if you look at our accepted cultures, we have a lot of territory that's non-accepted cultures. But not just that, we have a lot of land that's not part of our main religion, which is Sunni. We have a lot that is Shia, and one lone Zoroastrian. But anywho, I think that is it. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on Hormuz so that I can both proclaim, guarantee, and offer military access. So, without further ado, here we go. So my first target here is Balukistan. At least I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm a software developer. I'm not an English major. Alright, so my peoples are in place. Now we should go conquer Balukistan. So what is my plan for Balukistan? The idea here is that we're going to conquer it, or conquer as much as we can, but we aren't actually going to core any of it. We're going to release it as a vassal. Why? Because what that allows me to do is it allows me to pillage everything that I can pillage from their territory, but not have the expense of coring it. It ends up being a win-win situation for me. So, here we go. Declare war. So he's moving over there. So typically, Balukistan always either goes to Siwi or Karan. And they just kind of stay there for the entirety of the war. Which is interesting, but it makes my life a little bit easier. Okay. Over to Karan. Actually, Karan is probably. I don't know how you pronounce that. Anywho, you are over there. Oh shoot, I forgot to do that little trick of splitting this guy up. Oh well. Too late now. So then, now that I have sieged all that I can for at the moment, I am going to move this Tumen over here to my border with Kara. Because Kara, believe it or not, is going to be my next target. So there we go. Keep on sieging. Alright. Uh-oh. He's actually going to try and defend himself. That very rarely happens. So I'm going to go and fight him. Well, apparently not. Oh, I'm gonna go fight him. It's on. The war's on. The war is off. Oh, war's on. Oh, and my heir, my king died. How utterly lovely. And I don't have enough admin to increase stability. Oh yeah, don't forget about you. You have that. And did I proclaim? No, I did not proclaim guarantee. So now I have proclaimed guarantee, and I have not gone to doing the whole thing of getting better relations, which I totally should have been doing. War is on. Apparently for good this time? Apparently. Okay, you are going over here. You are going over here. And you are going over here. So, as you saw there, that is actually why I keep my soldiers in that formation, because every so often Baluchistan does strange things like that. Burn him at the stake! Now I can boost my stability. Alright. There we go. Oh, that's right, because this fort's blocking me. So, you are going to go over here to set up for the next war. Man, I lost a lot of men in that. Oh well. We'll gain them all back here soon. Oh, and then also, I can accept Afghan now. You want to accept as many cultures as you possibly can, but in particular, ones that have the highest percentage of development, because that'll help to keep people from revolting. Alright, so, Adeline is helping me out there. Cool beans, good little vassal. The little vassal that could. Oh yes, and I forgot to improve relations. I shall do that now. You are going over here. And then I shall sue for peace. Alright, peoples. So what you want to do is never, as a horde, always also take as much money as you possibly can. Because a horde, you need money. You need lots and lots of money. Cool beans. Now let's go and pillage, erase, and plunder. And what this does, if you do not know, is it gives you more admin points. You see, for instance, this guy, I'm getting 20 war admin. Sorry, monarch points. Monarch points. Alright. And if you were noticing as well, it also increases the horde unity. So then, now that that's like that, I'm going to wait for Sind to peace out with Baluchistan, which they just did. And now, I shall release them as a vassal. You are my vassal now, which I do not have to core you. And then I am going to get a royal marriage with you to make sure that you are loyal. And that is that. Sweet. Well, we kind of need the money. Like 14. You know, that horde unity is going to be regained in short order. So, I think I'm going to grant privileges mainly because I want the national tax modifier stuff. Because you need as much money as you possibly can. Albeit, if I were sitting at about 70 or 80 horde unity, I probably wouldn't have taken that. It would have been a dumb idea, but being that I wasn't, that is what I am doing. Alright now, so I think I'm going to call this episode a quit, and I shall see you all next time. Cheerio.